So Jordan Brand has teamed up with Spider-Man, and it has people divided. And I really think this pair falls between this sneaker and this sneaker. And the question we need to answer is, which one is it closer to? Alright guys, welcome to what I think is one of the most disappointing things about this sneaker, the box. That's right, because as crazy and loud as this collaboration is, the box is nothing like that. Let's get past the boring box and let me show you guys the crazy sneaker. It's the Jordan 1 Next Chapter. And here we have them, guys, looking absolutely wild. And just so we're all on the same page, this is a collaboration between Jordan Brand and the animated movie Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. All of the trippy visuals and crazy panels that you see on this sneaker are all based off of multiverse travel and animated scenes. This is also the second time that Jordan Brand has dipped their toe into a Spider-Man collaboration, the first being the Jordan 1 origin story. It just seems like this time, instead of dipping their toe, they triple backflip belly flopped all the way in. Anyway, before we start diving too deep in, the release details. So these are dropping on May the 20th, and that's kind of like their main release because the US has already seen a shock drop or exclusive access, and here in the UK, we also had a sneakers camp drop. They retail for $200 out in the US and £180 here in the UK, and they also come in a full family size run. So for all the people that think these are kids' shoes, well, there you go. Okay, so let's start with the plethora of different materials that you find on this pair of Jordan 1s. The toe box comes in fairly traditional Jordan 1 white leather, and it feels okay in hand. I will say that it does crease up very, very quickly. Like, I just shot B-roll in these things, and you can already see there's some pretty hefty creases on that toe box. They've got pretty traditional red leather around the toe box as well. However, I will say that it's a much lighter or more punchy color of red when compared to the Chicago ones, which is what this sneaker is based off of. Also get that same white leather that you find on the toe box around the medial and lateral sides of the sneakers. Again, feels okay in hand and it's fairly traditional. Then things start to get pretty wild with all of these other crazy panels of materials that you find on here. Starting with this small section of materials around the forefront of the sneaker, you've actually got three different types of materials. You've got a suede material, which feels okay. You've got this red leather material, which has a black print over it to kind of give this stormy look to it. And then just above that, kicking off the eye stays, you've got red patent leather. Now, the ankle area and the eye stays on this sneaker is definitely where things get, I guess, the most trippy on this sneaker because they both have very, very wild patterns printed onto it. In terms of how this material feels in hand, it pretty much feels exactly how you would imagine a printed material feels, nothing like leather. Now, the Air Jordan Wings logo is just printed onto this material, and it comes in red. However, it's outlined by some white and yellow to kind of give it this glitchy effect. Then to top it all off, you've got this kind of patent leather looking holographic material. So literally, depending on what angle you're looking at it, it kind of changes colors from like pretty much everything that's in the rainbow. You've got some yellow, some green, some blue, some purple. It's all in there. This ankle liner definitely isn't actual patent leather because it's super soft. I feel like it is just a holographic shiny print that they've put onto this material. Then kind of finishing this all off, around the back of the sneaker, you've pretty much got two different types of material. You've got the red leather with that stormy black print that's over the top, and then you've got some more panels of red suede, which again just feels okay. Like me, you're probably tired of taking L's. I mean, even according to Nike themselves, you're going up against 50% of raffles being entered by bots. And the easiest way to make sure that you have the best chances at getting the sneakers you want is with today's video sponsor, SwiftSole. Their app gives you everything you need to increase your chances at copping sneakers. They've got a release calendar with all of the upcoming sneaker release dates. And they've got a list of every raffle that's available for that pair of sneakers. It can even tell you when a sneaker is going to drop through exclusive access. And the app has a ton of other bonuses like free giveaways and the latest sneaker news. It is completely free to download, but I will say if you sign up to the Pro plan, you get so much more. With release reminders, restock notifications, shock drop alerts, the list goes on. And with the money you'll save on paying resale for sneakers, it's a no-brainer. So use the link in my description to download the app and stay in the loop for all of the latest drops. Thank you so much guys for using my links when I have them. It helps out the channel massively. Thank you to SwiftSole for sponsoring today's video, but let's get back to it. Okay, so I believe we've covered all of the different materials that you find on here, which again is a lot. So let's talk about this tongue, which happens to be one of my least favorite things about this sneaker. Definitely different to like a regular Chicago tongue. It's a lot stiffer and thicker, and it kind of reminds me of something that you would find on a pair of Jordan 1 lows or mids. I think that kind of segues nicely into what you should kind of expect with this pair of sneakers, because if you're expecting a premium Jordan 1, well, you're gonna be disappointed. This is not a premium sneaker by any means. Now, understand that these probably cost Nike more to make than a standard Jordan 1 because there's so many different panels that are not normally present. But if you're someone who's really into the feel of the leathers and suedes that normally appear on a pair of Jordan 1s, well, this one definitely feels a lot more plasticky and just a lot less like actual leather. But I will say one of the biggest surprises for many people about this pair of shoes is the fact that it glows in the dark. That's right, and it's only something that I recently learned about this pair of sneakers, because when you're walking around in these things outside, it's pretty much just a solid outsole. However, when you turn the lights off, it glows bright yellowish green. It's actually a very strong glow, which I think is pretty cool. Now, with all of that being said, I will say that these do actually look pretty good on foot. Definitely better than I expected, because when you just see these things in isolation and you look at all of the crazy panels and materials, you're like, whoa, those things are gonna be hard to style and hard to create an outfit with. You actually have them on, and definitely from a distance, they just kind of look like Chicago Jordan 1. In terms of how you style these things is not actually too hard either. You pretty much would just wear these how you would wear regular Chicagos, and most outfits would just be able to go the same way. Okay, so final verdict. The next chapter, Jordan 1. Honestly, I think it's pretty cool. For what these are, I don't think it's a bad Jordan 1. I think they are just really, really different. The way I see it, if I can pick these things up for a steal, which is what the resale market is currently indicating for this pair of shoes, then I'll happily pick them up. I don't expect these things to have a firm place in my rotation, because at the end of the day, if I've got Chicagos and these, how many times am I going to be picking these over the Chicagos when I'm walking out the door? At least in my opinion, not that many times. Wearing these things is actually pretty fun. Putting an outfit together surrounding this pair of sneakers is fun as well. So yeah, it's definitely not a bad Jordan 1, but I would love to know what you think of this pair of shoes, and where does it line up from this pair to this pair? Where would you put this pair of shoes on that spectrum? Anyway guys, drop your thoughts down in the comment section, and if you want to check out the Jordan 4 Thunder review, they just dropped today, and that video's right over there.